your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal back in the building. Been a couple days. The lack of volatility, man. Nothing to talk about, man. Shit. Nothing to really talk about over the last couple of days, but back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Good, decent day today. Although we still didn't really get the big runners we expected. We got a last 2 hours of the trading day had a decent runner. We'll talk about today. Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat room coming through slowly but surely. Trading Jedi, Georgia General, DPG, Bose M, Dawn Elise, Michael B, Nate, SC Trucker. What's going on, everybody? I got a guest for you guys today. A gentleman by the name of Nick from a company called BullTradeFinder. Now, they approached me, so I'm looking forward to getting to know them and what their system and what their methods are over there. So I'm really looking forward to it. So let's go ahead and get this show started with now. Let's go ahead and get the show started with. And again, thank you guys for joining me here as we continue to look for great trades to grow our accounts. All right. As you guys already know, the big mover today, or what was supposed to be the big mover today, pre-market, HTGM. It's so sad because this is a story we've seen over and over and over again, where everybody gets so excited about a stock that's, going nuts pre-market, right? And then, as with most brokers, you have the opportunity to jump in pre-market, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I just never have been comfortable with pre-market trading, so I just wait for the bell to open. And sure enough, the bell opens up, and this is the 5-minute chart, so it just goes to show you how bearish the move was. And this thing just completely falls on its ass as soon as it goes live. HTGM just fell off the roof. No support whatsoever after the market bell. And and those are the moves where I just feel so sorry for the longs, because when you go long, which I don't do anymore because I'm horrible at it, you expect a little bit of resistance, right? You go long, you expect a little bit of resistance, you expect to be down, maybe as soon as you get into the trade a little bit, but eventually you hope that, at 932, 933, the bid support will start coming in, and then you get propelled, right? And you start to wait for your, sure 5 to 6 to 7%, and then you're out. That never came. That never came for HTGM. And of course, all the brokers weren't giving shares to short. I'm sure there was, the big name ones like Centerpoint Securities and whatnot, but SureTrader didn't have any. I need to start fucking with Interactive Brokers again, but their customer service is horrible. Yes, indeed. What's going on, Mr. Lloyd? See Mr. Lloyd in the building. Yeah. Everybody was on top of it, man. I wasn't able to grab any shares. Shout out to Africa Emporium in the building. He alerted us to ADMP. That was the late day runner. Here's the morning at 8 ADMP. By the way, there was an article put out this morning about their pending FDA announcement. I didn't see it. You had to be actually researching the stock to see it, right? But ADMP had an article that came out this morning in regards to an FDA announcement that should be coming in regards to their EpiPen. What's that? EpiPen allergy shot, which is basically a cheaper rival to it. So the news hit today at around 3 o'clock. The news hit at about 3 o'clock. The stock was halted just after the announcement. I want to say that halt was maybe 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know. Maybe it just felt long to me. So the bell opens up. A stock that started the morning at $3.90. All of a sudden, boom, we go live again. We're at 450. I'm in at 450. And you guys know I'm on my pay trading right now. So, I mean, just give me 1%. You know what I mean? That's all. I just want guaranteed gains, no losses. You know, I've done the whole 2,000 a day, 3,000 a day. And sure enough, once or twice you may get that. But then you're riddled with losses here and there. So now I'm on my pay trading ship. 1%. You throw your whole account in there, 1%, I'm good. Right? Look for a pullback, 1%, boom, I'm good. 1%, boom, I'm good. Sometimes you don't even have, if you're not confident, you throw only a percentage, right? Maybe 10% or 20% on your account on it. And as long as your profit is covering the cost of the trade, I'm with it. I'm with it. So shout out to Africa Emporium for alerting us in the Discord room, our free 24/7 chat room, letting us know about ADMP and that incredible news that dropped at 3 o'clock today. It was a perfect timing. I mean, power hour, everybody's trying to get gains before the bell rings. It's probably going to run another 20% tomorrow on the news, right? You're going to have an incredible morning in ADMP. I have no doubt you're going to get good bid support and you're going to go into the sixes. And I'm thinking 625, 630 tomorrow for ADMP on this news. This is big news. This is really big news. What's going on, Coralie? As I said earlier, we got a guest coming on today at 9:30. I'm going to let them know to call up Nick from BullTradeFinder. And again, I don't know much about this group, but I'm looking forward to learning more about what they have to offer traders. What I like about, they approached me about coming onto the show and talking about what they have to offer. And they also want to give some great trades that could be coming, into some huge profits here. So I'm going to be looking forward to hearing what they have to say. What I liked about what they have to offer from some of the social media posts I've seen about them is that they also dabble in OTC. So I'm very excited to hear what they have to say about that. I'm very excited to hear what they have to say about OTCs in the OTC space. All right. Speaking of OTCs, I know I posted TAUG? Yeah, TAUG today with the incredible run. TAUG with an incredible run. You guys know I always love it when I see an OTC play make a very liquid, big move to the upside. Huge move today in TAUG on real news. All right. I bet news dropped by the company that the CEO, put his hands in his own pockets and committed $95,000, $95,000 to the company. That's good news. I'd like to see more OTCs do stuff like that. That's what we'd like to see. More CEOs, digging in their own pockets to invest in their dreams. Enough with this toxic financing where they're, handing off 5 million shares for $2,500. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how many, companies do that. Back in the stockpromoter.com days where you can log on to that website and they would have a list of companies that were interested in having financing. You can literally approach some of these OTC companies with $500, and they would give you, 4, 5, 6 million shares for $500. And some of these companies would still do it. They'll still do it. That's probably the better way to be investing, but it takes a long time, and when I say a long time, I'm saying 3 to sometimes 6, 7 months to get your money. So, but the return is a hell of a return, folks. Hell of a return. We saw it not too long ago in ticker HUSA, by the way. HUSA, that phony oil company that's falling apart now. What's going on, Coralie? The beautiful Coralie in the building. Woody Wright, Aaron B, what's up? Glad you're back, Aaron B. I'm glad it's working. Quantavius, what's up, man? So I saw some tickers already in the chat room. What are you guys bringing up right now? I saw somebody bring up EKSO, which had a decent day yesterday. Was able to save the run today, late day. See, after 2 o'clock, it was able to save the run. Let me get my lines out of there. I was looking at that today here. All I got is the 50-day moving average on the screen right now. And here you have EKSO with that. It was a beautiful move. It's actually trending overall. Let me see what the daily chart looks like. All right, so very bearish, but the last couple days in EKSO have been pretty good. Last 2 days, very strong volume coming into the play. So the liquidity is back right now in EKSO. All right, here's that 50-day moving average on the daily chart. Where are we on the 200? Still pretty far away from it. 200 is at $3.67. So the trend very, very bearish in EKSO. I'm questioning, because I'd like to know from other traders whether or not this is just an RSI oversold kind of move and we're coming back to the downside, or is this a real change in trend for EKSO? All right, the change really started. I guess we can go ahead and give it to at 119. All right, so almost $1 move from where we were. I mean, this stock, wow, hit almost, it hit like 19 on the RSI back on May 24th. Back on May 24th. Would have probably been a good investment. Well, time has proven it would have been a good trade for you. Risky one, but definitely would have been a good one for you. Again, check out finviz.com. You can definitely check out low RSI plays. There are a ton of them, by the way. Ton of low RSI plays out there. But EKSO looking good so far. Let's see if it can hold this trend. Now you're getting a little bit hot there on the daily chart. You're above 50 now, 63 to be exact. Will this volume hold? I don't know. I mean, average is 1.3. Today, 6.7. I don't know. We'll see. I got it on my short list for tomorrow if that volume isn't able to maintain itself. We'll see. Trading Jedi, GLBS down 3% today. I'm surprised you brought up the shippers. For a minute, I thought they were going to be doing pretty well, because a couple days ago we had tops running, we had dries trying to do something, obviously still letting people, still shitting on traders. And again, I still don't understand why people hit the bid on these stocks. I just don't get it. You guys know how we all feel about dries here. I mean, I can't even see it. It's so depressed. I got to get rid of the 200. Got to get rid of the 50 just to see this, how bad it's been going. We're at $1.70 right now. If you can even get shares to short on this, I think Dries is kind of one of those companies, as soon as it reverse split, all the shares are taken. Because I've been trying for every morning I try to get shares in Dries. I can never get a hand on it. Every morning. Because it's a guaranteed gain. Yank NBA, AVIR. It's so funny because the guy, Nick, he's going to come on today and talk about AVIR. Supposedly he's got some real good insight on it. And we're going to be looking forward to hearing what he has to say on AVIR. We'll see. OMER, $22 stock. What did we get here? An upgrade or something? We're pretty hot here on the RSI at 83 right now, so biotech play. Yeah, we pretty much stick to the pennies around here, though. Although I've been noticing that these are actually pretty decent trades to make, though. I mean, you get fewer shares, but if you get some decent volatility, you can make some money in these kind of stocks too. You're just going to have to dabble with your margin and kind of use a little bit, of some size. But as most of us here, have learned a lot from Tim Sykes and a couple other those guy Investors Live and whatever. Most of you guys aren't big fans of using margin, but you can actually make some decent money using margin if you know how to do it right. It's just a lot riskier. Yes, indeed. Let me see here. MSDI Monster Digital, 51 cent. I remember somebody bringing this up last week during the DCTH run, but it didn't move. It really didn't move. I mean, we'll keep watching it. We had news drop, that compliance news, which has been for so many other stocks a catalyst to cause it to run, but MSDI didn't budge on that NASDAQ acceptance of its plan to regain compliance, as it's trading right now at 51 cents, and NASDAQ requires companies to trade at least over $1 to continue to be listed. HOS, yeah, this was another beautiful RSI move. This is just a simple, beautiful RSI move here on HOS. I didn't see any other catalyst. I saw the news today with the new credit facility thing. Oh, let me go back to that. I'm looking at HOS. The credit facility thing. I was kind of actually impressed by how people bought that up. I read the news. I didn't think it was that great. I mean, for the company to talk about how they're adding more debt, but hey, traders are traders, and it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, ADAD, Tim Green. What's going on, Tim Green? Home Furnishings, Wholesale Services, ADAD. Don't know anything about the company. Let me know if it's a legit play. As you guys know, we got a couple more minutes until I get my caller here on the air. ADAD is the ticker on the screen. 68 cents right now. Decent volume, as I can see in there. 500,000 shares. Average is 1 million, so you had a low day today. Something's been going on since the end of May there, so obviously some kind of promotion may be going on there. As you can see, a lot more interest in the stock as of recently. So let me know where you heard about this stock at. Somebody bringing up Zeno. Zeno, man. You guys remember that run back in April on Zeno? We were watching this as it continued to go higher. And again, just another stock that just shitted on investors who, too much have a tendency to buy these stories, And Zeno, doing really, really great. And then all of a sudden, game over, man. Game over, man. And Zeno looking to pick up steam again, up 22%. But I don't know. You got a lot of bag holders in this. Could it try again? Very much so. We've seen stocks try again. So let's see. This could be the beginning of something new in Zeno. MOSY. Yeah, this has been one of the busier stocks to trade recently. MOSY. Let me remove my drawing tools on this one. This has definitely been one of the busier stocks to trade. The company is hemorrhaging cash. I don't think they're even profitable. How much of a semiconductor play they are, I don't know. You're going to have to actually look at the 10K. I've heard different things, but, stock twits is bullshit, so you can never really take anybody's word for it there. I do know the stock's pretty hot now. As you can see here, I mean, we're crossing back over. Well, we are over 70 now on the RSI. Let's look at the 5-minute. Decent day today, by the way, in the stock. Look at that, nice move. It came late day. Interesting enough, it came at the ADMP or AMDP. I forgot was ADMP. Excuse me, I was right. The same time that ADMP was running, MOSY all of a sudden takes off. Interesting move when technology stocks kind of took a hit today. So MOSY showing a little divergence with the rest of the tech sector, but I'd love to understand why this is running. But again, when you're talking stocks under $10, when you ask the question why, that's because it feels like it. You know what I mean? It just, people are going to jump on stocks and they're going to run. It is what it is. I've kind of just stopped asking the question why sometimes, because when a stock is running, the first thing you want to do is want to know what is the news. But then when you find out there is no news, it's just like, what the fuck, Like GXTI the other day. I mean, it's just kind of like, why? What was it? Was it it's GTXI, I think, right? GTXI. Was it GTX? Yeah, GTXI. And that was a great short, by the way. That was a great short. That's still breaking down slowly. I'm still waiting for the real breakdown on this one. By the way, it was actually up today. Really insane. Yeah. Yeah, they tried to move XGTI. What was that, yesterday? They tried to move it. XGTI. Here's the daily chart, XGTI. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? They tried to move that, but that's another stock that just falls on its ass every day. Let me see here. I did see somebody, Africa Emporium, bring up apps. That's a stock that's been struggling to stay above 1. As I marked it there on the chart, struggling to broke off 1 very aggressively, late April. Just couldn't maintain 1, came right back down, and now fighting to hold on to 1 so badly, APPS. And this is a stock that's been fighting with 1 for almost a year, almost a year now that this stock has been doing that. Recorded a fourth quarter loss just a couple days ago. Actually, it looks like that article dropped yesterday. So we'll see if apps is going to continue to stay or it's going to break below 1 and get back to the 70, 80 cent that it was for so long. It's a stock that lost for so long. If you're going to look back, November, December, as we're in the 50, 60, 70 range. Would have been a great swing for somebody if you were patient, but who is these days? Let me see. RXDX. Ignita Incorporated, don't know anything about it. Looks like a healthcare drug company. So funny you bring this up. We got the guy Nick from BullTradeFinder coming up, and I know he's big into the healthcare space. So I've had interest in biotech, but biotech is such a wait and see kind of situation where you're gonna have. You don't necessarily have to have a scientific background, although it helps, I'm sure, to have, some kind of knowledge of the medical sciences. But he sure has an interest in biotech plays, and we're going to be hearing some interesting things from him and some tickers he's got. All right, CANN. Real estate development and operations, General Cannabis, CANN. There was a long talk about this company being considered in consideration for uplisting, but I haven't heard anything about that in some time. Let me see here. There's another publicly traded stock that has some kind of affiliation with the cannabis industry in terms of real estate. I don't remember what that ticker is. But CANN, nice play today, up 28 cents, almost 20% gain today. Nice move for that stock. Again, this is another stock that, as you can see here, had sold off pretty aggressively. Let's put the 200 back on there. Sold off pretty aggressively back in April. Can we reach that 200? I don't know. 50. All right. The 50 is pretty close. 50 is pretty close, and it looks like it's actually used the 50 as somewhat of a resistance. So let's see if we can crack that 50, or are we going to hit it and come right back down and right back, going back to losing again. NY Bass Case, you said CANN is a stock to watch. All right, we'll be paying attention. We got it there on the screen, so we'll definitely be paying attention. GBLX, I mean, that's what this show is about, just trading ideas, putting tickers out there for guys to take a look at and see what other people are trading. GB Sciences, don't know anything about this OTC play. It's listed as a healthcare stock. Commercial nurseries. Not sure what exactly the line of business is here on GBLX, so do your research. Felix, do I think ADMP is going to hit $8? I don't know about $8, but I think you're definitely going to get $6.25, maybe $6.50 tomorrow. I think you got strong enough of a catalyst. I think you didn't get as big of a move as I think you would have got if it opened up, pre-market with that. I think ADMP would have been 100% gainer if you opened up this morning with that news. I think you would have got 100% on that. I just like we got with that, was that phase 2 announcement the other day, and that relatively weak, what was that? It was relatively weak biotech play a couple days ago. You could have gotten 100% today on that, I think. Yeah, $8 is bold though, man. $8 is bold. $8 is a bold prediction. And we're already at $6.25. Okay. So you're talking about another $1.75, man. If it holds pre-market, why not? But if we start seeing weakness before the bell, people start creating walls for us. We'll see, man. I had Madaz on the show a couple days ago. He was mentioning how, sometimes the prop traders and investment banks and whatnot that have been playing the stock before everybody else do, because a lot of times they are already in the stock because they've been doing research for weeks or sometimes months ahead of time for the announcement, can sometimes carry the stock for a couple days, and then they decide to take profits on the retail volume. So we've got to be careful about watching level 2 and seeing big ask slowly trying to find your way out of the stock. GPLX, where we just looked at that ROX Castle Brands. I'm not familiar with this play. I've always been told that these Amex plays were relatively low volume and didn't move, but this one in particular, I mean, up almost 5 million shares traded today. Got on my radar. Nice move on the daily chart here. So nice, interesting trend here, but looks like we kind of been breaking it over the last couple of days. I'm sure he's going to use a closer EMA to it, but nice move there on ROX. Yeah, shorts are restricted, by the way. Yes, shorts are restricted on ADMP. So you either buying or not, You either buying or not. APPS. I've always wondered why, brokers would want to restrict, shorting on stocks, because if I'm a broker, I want you to blow up your account. You know what I'm saying? If I'm your broker, I want you to blow up. APPS. Yeah, we just got done talking about that. ICLD. ICLD, again, very depressed stock right here. Let me get rid of the 50, get rid of the 200. Man, ICLD was such a winner way back when. As you guys know, it had an incredible March. Do you guys remember that older lady that used to call up on ICLD? She was so excited about it and everything. And we kept telling her to sell. And she kept holding and holding and holding. And, she would call up and tell us. And let me get Nick to call in here in just a second. Telling us how she's gaining every day. And all of a sudden the stock shitted on itself. And we never heard from her again. And I'm not laughing to laugh at her. It's just, that's just people sometimes, They get really cocky, and then when reality sets in, it is what it is. All right, let me have him call in. All right, I'm going to get Nick from BullTradeFinder to call up. And we're going to ask him a few questions. Again, I don't know these guys per se. They reached out to me. All right, I think this is him. Hey, Nick, is this you?
Yep. How you doing, Sal?
All right, doing good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Nick from BullTradeFinder.com. So Nick, this is our first time speaking, and okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, all right, great.
I believe so.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Nick, and what got you into stocks to begin with.
So I started I started watching them when I was 16, and I've been watching them ever since. And I started trading when I was 18, which was about a couple months ago. Started with about $2,000, and then quickly went down to about 500 because in the beginning everyone thinks they're going to prosper, everyone thinks they're going to make so much money.
Sure.
And then right after that, I added in another 1,500 and went back to 2,000, and quickly dropped down to 1,800, and straight from there I turned 1,800 into 53,000 in under 2 months.
Wow, incredible. Now you sound really young. How old are you right now?
I'm currently 18. My birthday for 19 is next week.
Okay, and you've been running this website, BullTradeFinder, for how long?
I've actually had the chat room open for about a year and a half now. Okay. A lot of good people in there. A lot of people from the beginning too, and a lot have joined since. Okay. We had about 100 when we just started, and now we're over definitely 1,500.
Now, what would you say is your favorite type of stock to trade? What are you guys' specialty over there?
We mainly focus under 5, but there's definitely times when we go higher than that. But we it's mostly anything that looks good, like bottom bounces, things with upcoming news. Mostly that stuff, yes. Okay, yeah, because I was looking through your Twitter, and I see you guys also do, some OTC stuff over there. Oh, yeah, we have a great OTC room run by one of our guys. His name is, we call him City. That's his nickname, but very good guy, smart guy. He turned, I don't even want to talk about his account. No, go ahead. I mean, tell us. That's all inspiration here. It's not even realistic. When he showed me, he turned 700 into about 300,000 in under 3 to 4 months. I believe it. That's absolutely possible when we're talking about OTCs. If you get on a good bottom run, a 000, 000 to a penny or 10 cents. That's absolutely possible. Wow, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I noticed you guys are also using a Discord room, which is I'm guessing that's a free chat room that you guys are you guys charging people to go into there?
So we have a free chat room. It's always free. You can join whenever you want. You don't have to pay. But if you would like to pay, if you want to become like more experienced, we definitely could help you there. One-on-one chats, trying to grow your technical analysis view, build a strategy for you, because everyone has their own strategy.
Sure.
And but the free room is always open. And it's the same exact thing with the premium room, other than obviously the one-on-one and the more experienced, analysis to grow their, just to grow their accounts, to grow their strategy.
Sure. Okay. Well, we'll definitely offer that Discord link to other individuals, because I have a Discord as well. So you guys are going to be able to have access to, mine's and his. So you guys will always be able to have, trade ideas to, bounce off of each other. So that's always a good thing. So when we spoke, through Twitter, that is, you mentioned that you had some ideas that you'd like to put in front of my audience. Before we get to that, talk a little bit about what exactly you're offering people who are interested in joining, your training. Like what specials do you have right now, and what exactly are you teaching people to do?
So it's more we first. So through the free chat, we go through the basics, everything. We give alerts. We go through. The alerts are mostly what I buy. So if people want to follow, they could follow. I give a PT price target. I give entry points, and I give average exit points, and I give the reason why I'm in. So that helps them grow their learning on why I got in, to show them why I entered and why I will exit. And then going into the premium part of it, which is the paid version, which is very cheap, to be honest. I mean, there's no need for people to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars, in my opinion.
Sure. How much is it?
$25 a month.
Oh, wow. $25 a month.
Or a year would be, I believe we have it at $170.
Okay.
I mean, we just want to make it cheap. We want people to learn. If they really want to do that, they could spend a little money, and we could definitely make a schedule for them to do the one-on-one training. And we have a lot of smart guys in there, a lot of people that people look up to in our chat room, so that's something. And, so in the premium, we go into more depth on the charts, the indicators. We go into building a strategy, just bottom bounce plays we like, or let's see, buying over the 20 SMA, those type of plays. So we try to build a strategy for them in there as well when they purchase.
All right, and do you guys have video alerts? I mean, I've seen not video, but video training lessons, things like that. Any things like that?
Oh yes, we're currently growing that on our YouTube as well, which is at BullTradeFinder. But we're definitely going to get more into depth, throwing in a lot more videos currently.
Yeah, because I know you guys pretty much just got started. How many people do you have right now, including free and paid?
Yeah, I can actually check for you right now. I believe it is at... Yeah, we are currently at 1,300.
1,300. Wow, 1,300 people.
That has grown a lot recently.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, everybody wants, the edge, and you guys are offering, an opportunity for people to join at $25 a month. I mean, that's relatively inexpensive compared to, so many other guys out there. Obviously, you guys are new, and as you get better, I don't believe that $25 is going to stay at that rate. But, that's always a good thing to kind of be able to get people in there and teach them how to, get better. And, I mean, have you seen students actually, getting better? Are they making, good money?
I have seen some, and some, go back to their old ways. So we're trying to fix that, trying to make it, keep them on the strategy that they want to, stay with. So we're trying to incorporate that, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think one of the things we've talked to other trainers about is that, you can bring people on and they'll pay you money to teach them, but you can lead a fish to water, but you can't make the fish drink. You know what I mean? You can't force somebody to study. You can't force somebody to learn. But yet, as the trainer, you'll still get blamed when they lose, even though they're not even following your rules, which is the sad thing. But let's go.
I'm happy. Oh, sorry.
No,
I'm happy that some of the people don't actually blame me. They actually blame it on themselves because they're the ones being the traders, and I appreciate that they actually know that they're the ones pushing the button. It's not me.
Yeah.
But also, it's just a good group of guys there for sure.
Yeah. Great. Excellent. All right. So, Nick, you approached me because you also said you had some, trade ideas that you wanted to share with the people in the chat room. So I remember you bringing up AVIR, and you said this wasn't necessarily a chart-related play. This is more about a fundamental thing. So explain what fundamental reasons that you believe AVIR can be an incredible trade for someone.
Okay, so strategic, they sent the press release out 3 months ago on strategic alternatives. So that is relating to a merger, partnership, or buyout in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have $37 million in cash, which is double their market cap at $19 million. They have zero debt, like absolutely zero debt.
Mm-hmm.
They have 5 products in their pipeline and 2 currently on the market, one being better than VRX, Valiant, having 11% more effectiveness. So, and Valiant bought that product from another company for $38 million. So if you put that into effect, $37 million cash plus $38 million on the product, they're currently at about a $75 million market cap. So that's 4 times the value right there.
Wow.
So their CEO has sold a business before, and that business was sold at a much premium. The stock was running for $7, and he sold the business for $26. And that only had one product on the market at the time, as well as it's either the vice president or the CFO was also in that same exact business, and they sold it together. So it's definitely something to watch. And the news will be out within under 2 weeks, in my opinion. Also, I contacted investor relations. Always like to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the CFO himself, he emailed me back with great info. He stressed the 3-month part, which I tell my people in my chat that strategic alternatives only take 2 to 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And he stressed the 3-month part. And the end of the quarter is June 30th. So I'm totally guessing on news then. And he also said the news is not far away at all. So,
wow.
And I'm leaning way towards the buyout, in my opinion, because this company is, for a penny stock, it's very undervalued.
Yeah, I'm looking at the finance. You're absolutely right on the no debt part. Is a very clean looking balance sheet, by the way, too. Now, who would be a target, buyer for a company like this? Would it just be Valiant? I mean, Valiant, obviously, $5 billion company. They've definitely got the cash for it. Who else would be on the table to look at a company like this?
I haven't looked into that, actually, to be honest. But Valiant could be a buyer here for the product itself.
Mm-hmm.
They could be looking just to do that, as well as a company could actually just be looking to buy them out.
Sure.
That's something I definitely got to look into more, but I'm in a hefty position here. I like this stock. I have a lot of faith. It's flatlining, too, with extreme volume.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of 100K buys recently,
mm-hmm.
and some weird price action, which leads to news incoming. You could see like it's flatlining now right at the 50.
Mm-hmm.
And if you compare it to CERU, that one ran 100 to 300% before the merger, and then you see it drop so much. So this one is going to be a healthy stock when the news actually releases.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking 125 PT price target at least.
Now refresh our memory on CERU. It ran because of the idea of the buyout, right? I mean, that's basically what...
Yes.
Okay.
It was I think it was a merger. It wasn't actually a buyout.
Merger, okay.
Also, if the stock, you see how it flatlined right before the run?
Yeah.
But if the stock runs, you got to sell on the run.
Yeah.
It's going to run big because then the news is going to drop it.
I mean, obviously, this is incredible. I mean, that was a 78-cent to $3.40 run. And very similar to AVIR, where you had, again, sub $1 stocks, both, of course, biotech plays, and, running on that excitement. So this is probably an opportunity that you're telling us to get in here early before the news.
Yes. And another one that I like to talk about very quickly is HUSA.
Okay.
That one is going to be very big in my opinion. They're going to hit oil in July to August, and I'm expecting a $2 to $5 PT. And this is a company that's coming back. They were $5 last year. I really highly believe they could get to it again, especially by hitting oil.
Okay.
So it's definitely something to watch, and I would definitely take advantage of buying 0.55 to 0.60. But then again, they just released news tonight on the scheduling for the fracking, so it's probably going to sit in the 80 range tomorrow, or maybe even hit $1. So we'll see what happens there.
Okay. Now this one, I got to be honest with you, because this one I was like, this might be a faker right here. But you think they? I mean, this is a legitimate play for you. You honestly think they got something going on here?
No, they definitely do. They're going to be hitting oil. They got a lot of good stuff. They already even talked about, I think it was sampling. They have samples of the natural gas down there. They also have 3 wells, so it's not even just that they're relying on one. Mm-hmm. They have 3 chances of hitting it, and they already have a sample of it.
Okay. Now, with HUSA, I did read the financials, and I'm sure you probably took a look at it too. They mentioned in the 10Q that they expect to need some more money to finish that first well that they're working on right now. Do you believe that they could, release or put out, or grab some toxic financing within the next week and a half in order to complete that first well? Or do you think that that recent financing, I think they just did, what was that, May 5th. Do you believe that that May 5th offering was enough for them to be able to complete the first well?
It could be, but if they do an offering, I'm not going to lie, that would be a great point to buy in, because I highly suggest they're going to hit oil. I really do. They have so much space. They're in a good spot. They already like I said, they already have the samples. The CEO, strongly expressed that they're literally there. So, and they're starting the scheduling on the drilling Monday. They start drilling, actually.
Right. The idea of them hitting oil too, even though I think, where are we at right now? $46 oil. Where I can't remember the last time we're at. Let me see here.
Hold on, I think I checked that for you. 1 second.
Let me check real quick where's crude at right now. Okay, 44? Yeah, 44. Okay, yeah. So, you know what? Hitting oil is still going to be big for them. Obviously coming from, practically no assets to having assets now that they can actually put them in the black would be good. You'd love to see oil at 50, but it is what it is. But you're right. I think the catalyst on them hitting oil is probably it. You probably wouldn't hold it any time after that, right? I mean, they hit oil, play the run, and then you get in out after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This could definitely be a long-term play for a couple months here.
Okay. All right, HUSA. Got Nick's opinion on that. And while I want to roll here, Nick, do you have any other tickers we can look at?
Let me see. Tickers that I played that personally got me to where I am today was MTBC, VII, TGC, FPP, and PED, and as well as CALI. Okay. I caught those from the bottom. They were all chart-wise, some of them were falling wedges, then some of them released the news. It was all just perfect setups.
Yeah.
See, right there, I got in at 43, I believe it was, or 44. And I wrote it straight up. Sadly, I sold right at 110, but it went right to 4, which could have left me a lot. I left a lot more on the table, but it's okay. Profit is profit, and that's what people got to realize. They can't overtrade, otherwise they're just going to lose it all, and then they're going to blame it on themselves, and then they're just going to want to quit.
Sure. Tell us about this. That MTBC trade. I mean, what brought it to your attention that this could be, something that you can make a killing on?
Okay, so in the last 5 candles before the blow up, you could see that they bring it down, but they don't, let it go. Like, they close it higher, and then they released partnership news, and then I jumped right on it right then. It wasn't even moving by then, and I jumped on it, and I bought, I believe, 10K, and then it just started moving. It started at 40, and I bought it around 45 when the news came out.
Yeah.
I think the news came out a day prior, but it started moving the next day, which was a big candle.
Yeah, the next day, that's when that huge volume, and then obviously just the excitement of the market just had to continue going on, and even till today, I mean, it's still regularly kind of, you still have a little interest in it.
Traded.
Traded heavily and strongly, but again, it was very interesting, man, because I mean, you're looking at MTBC, and before the run, I mean, there was barely any volume. It was just kind of one of those stocks that was just out there, and you just felt that the news was great. I mean, did the float concern you at all? I mean, it's not a bad float or anything, but did the idea of the news and the float, say, okay, wow, this is a buy, I need to jump in here?
Well, yeah, the float. I like stocks under 100 mil float, because I mean they move a little more. You got a little more action to your shares.
Sure.
Obviously that could be bad or good, but I mean, if you look back, if you scroll it out, you can see that it was tightly traded too.
Yeah.
So looking for out, and then partnership news is pretty big, actually, and it was actually, I don't know how it went unseen until the next day. People started buying into it, and then it just blew up, and then they started becoming press release kings.
Yeah, and then they started dropping news like crazy.
And that also isn't good in a way, because then it also, lowers the value of the stock, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too, because you got a lot of people who start to think that, okay, management is looking to dump shares or something like that. So that can scare traders as well. Let's walk through one more trade that puts you on. As you said, we just got done MTBC. What other trade that you really hit out the park?
One that people didn't really see was CARV, or we could even go over TGC if you want. But CARV.
CARV is pretty interesting. That's the African American black-owned bank. What got CARV on your map?
You see, I don't know how people didn't notice this, but if you look at the financials, they are pretty great.
Yeah, they're clean. Yeah, I just wish they were more liquid. But sorry, Nick, not to cut you off. I just wish they were more liquid. But yeah, clean balance sheet.
Yeah, no, they had $16 per share. Like, it's very undervalued. The book per share was even $13. So if you're thinking it was at $3.50, I started to accumulate around $3.50 because I saw that increasing volume. It was actually increasing volume. You could see the accumulation before then. Like, there was no volume traded a little months ago. It almost was the same setup as DFFN before it blew up. That's what really got me into it, and I randomly came across it. I saw the financials, and I was like, wow, this is a very undervalued stock, undervalued by 4 times. Then you see some green volume candles currently growing throughout, and it's trading in that tight congestion again, if you see.
Yeah.
And then it drops to like 325, then it starts to rise on green candles, and then it just gapped up, and then that one day it just got day traded.
It just exploded that day. Yeah, it exploded that day, and I think the volume was 11 million shares that day. It was just insane.
Yeah.
And the average volume, it never gets 1,000. I mean, the average volume now that it's cooled down, it's only 270. So,
and it's right at that level again too. So it's definitely something to watch.
Wow. I'm always surprised why this, doesn't get more, liquidity for as clean as that balance sheet is, and the market we are right now, where a lot of people are loving this deregulation. So nice move there.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent. Well, Nick, I don't want to hold you all night, but just to go over again what you guys have to offer. You got the training that's $25 a month. Are you offering any kind of like free test drive or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we always do a free 1 to 2 week. Also, we always have a discount going. It's usually like 10 to 15%.
Okay.
So I mean, it's really not about the money for us. It's about, I mean, we only do the money because it takes time out of our day. We have to set up things. We put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
And so we try to do it cheap. We want to just help everyone out. We want everyone to grow. I mean, everyone thinks like I said in the beginning, that they want to prosper instantly, and it doesn't really work out that way. Like I said, I lost about 80% of my account, but I kept trucking. That pushes you to want to reverse it.
Sure.
You don't want to stay down there. I mean, I was 18. 2,000 was a lot of money for me.
Right.
And now look where I am. If I just stopped trading, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Absolutely.
I'm very happy, and I learn every day. I'm not gonna lie. I've had this room, I said, for a year and a half. I learned probably more in there from the guys than myself.
Yeah,
and
I agree the same way.
Yeah,
I agree the same way with this show as well. Absolutely. Now, okay, I'm going to share that link to his Discord as well, so you guys will be able to have my Discord, his Discord. I absolutely suggest, actually talking to you, man, I get good vibes from you, and I think other people do as well. I got a question in the chat room. Somebody's asking, is he a fundamental trader? Are you using indicators?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of indicators are you using right now?
Yeah, no. I do use indicators. I'm just doing fundamentals recently. I mean, it's always something to look at. You don't want to go into a company that's, dead because, that, it loses value over time. But really, I'm a swing trader. I swing 1 to 2 days, mostly 1 day.
Okay.
But recently I've been going long on a fear AVIR because this is something that could easily boost my account from 50K to 100K. And it's just so undervalued. They're not going to do a public offering, They don't need it. There's no phase results that are coming out that could, drop the stock. There's just nothing that could really happen unless, honestly, their company building blows up or something. So
Nick, you sound like you're all in on AVIR. Hey, are you all in on this? I mean, because I wouldn't blame you if you are, because if you hit it out the park, bro. I mean, this is going to be one of those trades you just kind of like remember for the rest of your life.
I mean, I'm pretty deep, to be honest, and I'm pretty upset because DCTH, I told my guys I was going to buy 2.5 million shares at 2 cents, and I knew it was going to go up. I knew it was going to go up about 100 to 200%, and look what it did. If I bought that much, I'd be well over 300,000 right now.
Shit, man. Yeah, DCTH was insane.
Yeah. And another one to just quickly go over, ANY. That one also is a reverse split coming, and I told my guys to buy in today 12 to 13, and they could definitely look at selling around 17 cents to 25 cents by next week.
ANY,
Little trade.
Yeah, this is a ticker I was definitely looking at too. All right, so now we're trading at 13 cents.
You see it, sitting there.
Yeah, it is sitting there right now, just hungry for a big move. Look at that. At 13 cents a share right now, and you believe they're going to drop that news. It's going to cause it to run, and you're looking at an exit anywhere between 16, 17, 18 cents, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think it could definitely hit that 17. Started going up a little bit today, and these RS plays run before they split, so especially when they're this low, because they need to grow value to not be, not to go into another reverse split right after. So this is why these are good. For example, ETRM, that one fell to 5 cents and it ran right back up to 10. That was 100% right there. So yeah, definitely that. And to be honest, ECTH after this reverse split, I would highly suggest after a drop. I think definitely should buy in. It's going to pull an ETRM in my opinion.
Interesting.
Because they are actually, it's a very good company. The management is kind of, shitty, but it's a very good company, and the only problem with them is the financials. That is the only problem with them. Other than that, it actually is a good company. They have good products. They could definitely spike it up, and they have gaps too, just like ETRM did. So it's definitely something that could gain big money right there. And I'm totally looking towards to a 200 to 250 share split. I think they have it at 100 to 100. To 500, and I think they're going to go for the 200 to 250. So it's definitely something to watch with a float under 1 million right there.
All right.
And of course, they're going to dilute. So definitely buy in on the drop after a couple of days after the RS, then hold it for news.
And what ticker is this going to be? You said DCTH, right?
Yes.
No, DCTH after the reverse split. Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, Nick, man, thank you so much for coming into our room here and sharing your knowledge on the show. Again, I think you offer, for your age, man, an incredible, service to give people who don't know anything about trading an opportunity to learn. And again, I'm going to drop his Discord in the chat room right now. So many of you guys are already a member of mine, so it doesn't hurt to have another chat room you can be able to jump into. I put that in the chat room right now. So join his Discord room. I know you got some people from Nick's join my Discord room. And Nick, hey man, I'd love to have you on the show again. If you have any other trading ideas you want to share, hit me up, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Seem like a great guy. I'd love to keep coming on here if you need me. And I'd like to wish everyone good luck.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause here for Nick from BullTradeFinder. So excited to have him again, Nick. Thank you so much for the call. I appreciate you, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, let me give him one more time. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. So that was Nick from BullTradeFinder.com. Giving you guys some really good, tickers to check out. The big one was AVIR, AVIR. And also, I think, you guys can reach out to him and learn a little bit more about, that reverse split catalyst. That was very new to me. That's very new to me. It's not something that I had thought about. But when he started talking about it, I did recognize that, a lot of stocks that are about to reverse split do have a tendency to kind of, do a run and then all of a sudden it happens. Especially when you're talking about NASDAQ plays. Especially when you're talking about NASDAQ plays that are, these 10 cent, 12 cent, 20 cent plays. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. So shout out to Nick from BullTradeFinder again. Yeah, we're going to have him back on the show again. That guy's a star in the making. You can tell, when guys really have a love for what they're pursuing. And that's the kind of guys I love having on the show, man. You can tell they do it for the love of it. They do it for the love of it. So follow him on Twitter. Twitter is BullTradeFinder. Pretty easy to remember, BullTradeFinder. Follow him on Twitter. Again, the guy started with $2,000. Started with $2,000. Pretty much shitted on his account, put in more, and started over again. When many people, walk away for months at a time, but he decided to keep it going, and now he's decided to teach. All right. So we'll definitely be looking at that AVIR, though. I know I'll be looking at, hey, why not? I mean, it's a 50-cent stock. It's a 50-cent stock. I mean, why not? Throw some dollars that way. Yeah, let me resend that Discord link. Let me see here. There it is right there. There's the Discord link. My Discord link is in my description. So if you look just below the video, you should see my Discord link right there, 24/7 chat room. And you guys are more than welcome in my chat room. And I know my people are now, speaking to Nick, more than welcome in his chat room. So it's all about learning and getting better as traders. And also good to see that, a guy who's a swing guy, because that's something I've been, wanting to learn as well. Not necessarily, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, but 2-3 days. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Short-term catalyst, taking advantage of the broader move and not just one day, because I look at some of my trades that I've been posting on Profitly, and I said, well, if I held that for just one more day, that would have been almost double the game. 646, you on the air. What's up?
Hey, it's Ken from New York. How's it going?
Hey, Ken, what's up?
I just put on your chat board. I was, BVTK. I've been into that stock for, I know there's billions of shares and he's diluted. But if that's true, there are contracts on the NASA for NASA. That could be pretty huge.
Let me see here.
The chart looks good. I mean, it's been making higher lows and higher highs for the chart on BVTK. Your thoughts?
BVTK. I don't see the NASA news.
I can't put the link on in the chat room.
Did that just come out tonight?
It looks that way to me. I'm trying to. That's what it looks like. I saw it from someone's tweet.
Let me just real quick. Let me just see what equity feed. BVTK. All right, so equity feed hasn't picked it up on it yet.
Okay.
Do see some late night orders in it though. A few late trades. All right. Well, yeah, we'll definitely be watching it. I don't see that news, but we'll definitely be watching it. You're at what, 0016?
Yeah.
We'll be watching. It's uptrending, so you got lower highs. So
yeah.
Or high
all right,
highs.
Cool. A couple more I want to mention tonight. BLDV. Remember that marijuana one, the BLDV? It had a nice up move today, and I know there's some kind of conference on Tuesday next week regarding their marijuana facility in Canada.
This is
I know marijuana stock right now. But
DOLV, you mean?
Boy, Larry, David, Victor.
Boy, Larry, David, Victor. BLD. Okay, so BLDV, Blue Diamond Ventures, up 16% today. Okay, yeah, I do see that meeting you're talking about. All right, we'll see what that has an effect on. I'd like to see more volume come back into that, though. It looks like when volume comes in, man, it does very well. So let's see that some more green bars in here on that volume.
Yeah. And one more thing. Remember the DOLV, David, Onion, Larry, Victor, the Chinese battery car maker? That thing is collapsing.
Yeah, I think it might be game over for DOLV. I mean, it had a good run though, bro. I mean, from March we're talking about 0010 to 12 cents a share. I mean, we're talking.
I made money. I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, dude. I mean, that was a killing. Let me see, 0010 to gosh, this is gonna be insane. To 12 cents. Yeah, that's over 11,000%. In how many days? 91 days. I mean, that's 11,000% for 91 days of work. I think that's a solid return.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Thanks.
All right, take care, man. All right, man. And that's the thing about OTC traders is that when you catch one like that, you always regret not putting in more. But you just can't throw in $1,000 and have it sit there, right? So you put in $200, $150, and yeah, if you patient enough to wait that long. Now, not many people would sit on a 500% gain, let alone 1,000 or 10,000 percent gain. But it is what it is. What's going on, Winston Sawyer? All right. Yes, indeed. BVTK, you said BVTK Bill Betts is saying it's a piece of shit. We'll see. Bill Betts. Time will tell. Time will tell. Just like I alarmed people on AMLH. I came out when AMLH was 0083. I said, hey, man, that is a piece of crap company. Nobody believed me. Now, AMLH is headed for the trips. But here's the thing. If AMLH hits the trips, I'm going to take advantage of it because I still like the business. I think the business is fantastic. I just think they ran too early. I mean, the company had nothing out, and it was running. It's not supposed to work that way. So a lot of people, unfortunately, in AMLH are, that's how they're feeling right now. That's how they're feeling right now. RGCTF, Red Star Gold Corp, OTC play, up 20% today. Nice volume, though. Look at that, 4.8 million shares coming out there. Who sent the email on that one? Obviously, somebody sent the email on that one. Got over 4.8 million shares traded, so we'll see on that. Yes, indeed. SYN, Synthetic Biologics, 70 cent, up 11% today. Getting up there right now, whereas RSI is at 64, 2.3 million shares. What was the news? I don't see any news responsible for that move. Could be just simply the trend. Got some higher lows. Figure out what that gap up was for, but yeah, higher lows showing up here. Now you're up there on SYN. Now it's 70 cents a share. Yes, indeed. Chat lines call line is open, so I'd love to hear from you guys on what you guys are trading right now. Again, big thanks to Nick for calling up. What's going on, Dex Cannon? Cool Cats, Stock God, Cute Tech, Astrid in the building. Let's look at it. DDDX, 3DEX Industries, OTC play, 8%, 300,000 shares. All right, yeah, you've had a solid run in this, man. I mean, if you've been in the stock since a penny, bro, get your money and run. Wow, solid move right there. Solid move right there, man. Take your money and run. You're up, what, 600%, 500% from the low? All right. May 25th, you were at 0.0175. Now you're at 0.007. Or excuse me, 0.07. So you're up almost 600% since May 25th. Less than 30 days, you're up over 600%. Dude, take your money and run. Take your money and run. No need to stick around and get greedy. Everybody gets greedy once they sit in the green. I don't know what's all that about. That's why with the pay trading thing I've been doing, I can't get greedy because 1%, that's it. But I don't take any losses anymore. I don't know how long I'll keep doing that, but we'll see. So far, it's working. Yes, indeed. Nice move on that. Nice move on that. I'd say take your gains, man. I don't know how much farther up you got to go. 22nd Century Group. This is an Amex play. It's been an incredible swing. I believe Tyson Batts was talking about this not too long ago. Up 10%, 6% right now. Let me see here. At $1.81. Decent move. A lot of volume, by the way, too. But besides that, don't know too much about the trade, but it's a decent swing. Don't know about a day trade, but been a decent swing for someone. NK, which is, I believe, another biotech play. Incredible move in NK. Getting real hot right now. But the stock has been putting out a lot of news. If you guys remember, they released it back in June 6th. I'm saying it like it was last year, but they released that news about their cancer vaccine program back on June 6th. Stock's been doing really well since then, putting up 1 million shares traded today on NK. Yeah, I think you're a little extended now, but 4 days straight green right now in NK. Let's see, that rally could come to an end tomorrow, but we'll know when the bell opens. Yeah, NK's been on fire. Definitely has been on fire. All right, so let's see for the trades for tomorrow. Again, I'm so pissed off I missed that TAUG for my OTC people in here. Man, that TAUG move was so beautiful. I saw that when the bell closed, and I'm looking at the time and sales, and it was just so liquid, man. Oh, that trade was like butter all day, TAUG. Like butter. Anyway, with that being said, so obviously the play for tomorrow is ADMP. Again, man, big, huge thanks to Africa Emporium for breaking that into the chat room during the halt, letting everybody know. I think we had 2 or 3 traders say, hey, man, Africa Emporium, you just turned my red day into a green day. So big thanks to him on that. I definitely believe $6 is in order tomorrow, but it all depends on a very strong pre-market. If we start building walls pre-market, then $6 might be out the question. But this is, we're talking about FDA approval here for a cheaper version of EpiPen, and EpiPen is a $4 billion product in itself. Are there other versions of EpiPen? I don't know. Let me see here. Are there other versions of EpiPen? I don't know. You're going to have to do some research on it. But I know EpiPen is huge. And as a kid, I had an EpiPen. When you go to camp, one of the big things they do in the Boy Scouts, I don't know if they do now, but back then, in the late 90s, you took an EpiPen with you, right? When you went out to the woods and stuff. So I don't know what they got now, but that's huge news for this, for a small cap company, $100 million market cap, to be a part of now a multi-billion-dollar business opportunity. That's huge. So I had somebody in the chat room talk about $8. Never say never. Never say never. That's all I can say about that. Never say never. There's no reason why we can't do 100% tomorrow if buyers show up. Why not? Why not $10? We've done it before. I mean, we've seen $4 to $16 on no news. So what was that? HMNY. So look, it is what it is, folks. We'll see. BullTradeFinder. Oh, there's only one version? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So you got to be in. If there's only one version of EpiPen, and now this is the only substitute, and it's cheaper, you got to be in this tomorrow then. Be very careful. I would catch the dip, but you may not get a dip for some time. I mean, you could get a 15-minute rally before you get a dip, and you could have found yourself, sitting on at least $1 worth of profit. So just watch the price action, man. That's all you can say. Make sure you got your moving averages. You know what I'm saying? Get your hotkeys ready, whatever it is you use. I'm sure you're going to see some other biotechs run along with it. I'd love if you guys could give me maybe some other biotechs that kind of could possibly run with it. I thought before the show I'd find some sympathetic plays, but I know we started running really late. We started running at like 3 in ADMP, so I didn't see anything really take off to bring to your attention. But, like always, there's always going to be a sympathy play. That always be a good one to sometimes run into if you're just too afraid of the big move. Roger Jensen, you said they have other brands, not just EpiPen. Okay. Yeah, I know EpiPen is the big one. I mean, obviously it's got the name of it. The Quickster, you said, what's the entry? I mean, we don't even know what it's going to open at, so I can't give you an entry. Somebody mentioned that we are at $6 right now. Yeah, we are right now. The ask is at $6.25. We closed at $5.75. So right now, after hours, we're at $6.25. We could very well open up, $6.60, $6.70. So, oh man. Somebody's gonna win a lot of money and somebody's gonna lose their ass. When shit like this happens, you got two different stories. The one guy who kills it, and then the other guy who just loses his ass. What else? So, ADMP, HOS. I had somebody bring up HOS. It's had a couple good days. I think today had an unusually good day for, deep sea freight. Many of the other ones haven't been doing so well. Tops, dry, ship, still below 50 on the RSI. So I would just watch and see what happens. Sometimes you get a good spike in some of these, but, we're right now after hours. Hold up here. After hours, we're, in HOS, we're already at 248 after hours right now in HOS. So we closed at 197. We're at 248 right now. So, we'll see if we can. I wouldn't call it a squeeze because obviously I'm sure the shorts are long gone. But, nice little RSI pop here above 50, maybe touching the 60s or who knows. But HOS, I would watch that tomorrow too, as that's now popping off after hours right now. MYO, let me see, why is this moving after hours right now? Don't know. MYO looks like this is a stock that just recently hit the market. As you can see here, very little trading history. 500,000 shares traded today, 33% gain. Don't know much about the stock, but gained over $2 today on MYO. Let's look at the 5-minute. Here's the 5-minute MYO. Nice. All right. So do your research on this one. This one almost out of penny stock territory here. Is it too late to get into TOG? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the move was today in TAUG. You're absolutely right, Band Scientist. Are MJ stocks poised for a run? No, I would stay far away from MJ as possible right now, unless you know of a promotion. Other than that, I would stay far away from marijuana. CARA. Antoine. Yeah, CARA. Yeah, I don't know too much about CARA. I think this reverse split. I don't know why I'm thinking I used to see them a lot cheaper, but Zine. All right, so these are kind of out of the pennies for me. Ears has a presentation tomorrow. By the way, Ears is a spiker, man. Ears has been on the biggest gainer list when it had its time. Let's go back to Ears. Ears had a couple runs. I remember Ears very, very vividly. It did a couple things. Doesn't hold its gains for shit, but Ears, decent day today, up 10% on Ears. We'll see what happens with Ears tomorrow. Keep an eye on it. All right, we'll take a look at it. MTNB, somebody's saying it's hitting its 200-day. All right, using the 200-day moving average for support. You're absolutely right. It has been doing that. Other than that, biotech play, don't know much else about it. AUMN. This is another one that. No, what's that other biotech play that has a very similar ticker to that? AU. I think it has another like AU to it. And you guys remember it ran? No, I got it mixed up with PULM. There it is. I got it mixed up with PULM. I got PULM on a watch. You guys remember PULM? I got that on a watch, just in case. More expensive. Well, it's not more expensive. Actually, it's cheaper than ADMP now, but just watch it. We know what this one can do. Yeah, PULM is what I'm talking about. I would just watch this one. We know what that one can do. All right, so a lot of great tickers we've discussed here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of great tickers we've discussed here. Again, shout out to Nick for giving us a call today. What else? I'm looking at, is there anything? Nothing came out after hours of any real interest. I'm looking at the after hours news right now. I didn't see anything of interest. Let me see here. File updated report. No. Let me see here. ITRO. What is that? Oh, yeah. I'm good. Stock was up. All right. No, never mind. Yeah, other than that, I didn't see anything else after hours of any real interest. This is a notorious pump and dump. STAF. What was that news? Where did that news go? Alright, that was... Alright, STAF announced news after the bell. I don't know anything about that, but... if that spikes, that's coming right back down. Yeah, he talked about any. You remember Nick said basically get into any and sell at 17. He believes the reverse split news will drop, the stock will spike, and 17 will be your out. That's his theory on ANNY. So yeah, he talked about any. Obviously, it's trading, it's a risk to everything, but he did mention about how it is settling, and he's absolutely right. It's been kind of settling between 11 and 13, and get in heavy and then sell on the news. That's the theory. 919 Bats, what's up, man?
Hey Sal, how's it going?
Doing good. Love to go through some tickers. I'm sure you have some.
No, I called to ask you advice.
Oh,
I'm actually asking you a question today.
Okay.
How do you trade? You've noticed some of these runners, they pretty much gap up and then they fizzle out and totally bleed out throughout the day. So one in particular I'm referring to is Skyline, SKLN from today.
Yeah, SKLN. And by the way, somebody in the chat room was mentioning that HK is a bottom play. Yes, I like that bottom play in HK. I'll be careful of that though. But SK. All right. So going back to your SKLN, what's your question, Bats?
Yeah. So for you personally, how do you trade these stocks that form bull traps or gap in traps? Besides shorting, is there another strategy that you normally use for this, or do you just wait until you get a clean break, a clean gap and run type of setup?
Yeah, man. I mean, are you talking about if you were to go long or going short?
Either way, I mean, what's worked for you? Because I'm actually trying to come up with a strategy.
Sure. I mean, if I'm shorting, right, I love your 4 and 8 because I've been mixing your 4 and 8 along with the 15 and 30, which are a little bit later, but they confirm the real change in the strategy, right? I mean, the change in the trend. So I'm looking for a failure of those moving averages, preferably the 4 and 8, and then cracking that 15. If you crack the 15, then it's pretty much good night for the stock after that, because that 15, and especially the 20 as well too. Somebody taught me about that. That 20 becomes a wall that it seems to be able to recover from. But again, I don't go long, so I really can't give you a strategy on how to trade it long. But when we talk about breakdowns, I'm just looking for failures of these EMAs and using those EMAs as walls to prevent the stock from coming out. As long as they stay within underneath the EMAs, then I'm staying short the whole way down.
Yeah, because I noticed, I haven't been that patient these days, too patient with my swing trades, because I noticed something like SKLN, just like you're watching PULM, you mentioned that a few minutes back.
Yeah.
These low floaters tend to always spike, but it's really trying to find the actual time when they spike. I know I bought DPW last week, but I got impatient. But you look at it today, it had a nice end of day run. So I'm beginning to think that with a lot of these stocks that kind of telegraph their moves. So for instance, SKLN lost all its gains today.
Yeah.
Even ANY, I got into ANY yesterday thinking that it would run because it went from, what was it, it jumped up 2 cents, which was a decent gain, and then it didn't maintain those gains, and then today I just lost patience with it and sold it for, I think it was a 6-cent profit, because I just didn't trust that it would move in time. So I'm just finding that I'm not really that patient with my swing trades. I tend to pick the right stock, but the problem is it often takes a week or two before it moves. So I really need to decide what I want to be, because sometimes I think I want to be a day trader or day trade a stock, and then other times I feel like my swing trades actually work better. But I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to get your point of view on how you basically assess it. So for something like SKLN, you're looking to short that, but my feeling is that even though today it was a total wipeout, it pretty much gave up all its gains.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a telegraph signal to say, keep watching me, because it may not go up. I know it kind of had some after hours play today, but actually came back down again. But that, where it peaks up and it comes back down, that could actually be a sign that will only manifest itself days later or even a week later. So, I'm just trying to figure that part of it out.
Yeah.
But,
and it also sounds like that's just a patience thing too, Bats. I mean, it sounds like, if you have a strategy that works, I mean, sometimes just, hanging in there and finding other things to do while those trades develop, can be an asset as well. So.
And what's your last question? What's your take on EXO? EXO's been doing pretty well over the last few days.
Yeah, XCO.
What's your take on
I saw that reverse split. What was that? 2 days ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're talking about XCO, right?
No, this is EKSO.
Oh, EKSO. Okay, I thought you meant.
Yeah.
All right, well, because XCO is coming down, by the way. That was a reverse split. That's getting eaten alive. But EKSO,
EKS,
yeah, this is the company that's got the bio suit and whatever. But
right.
I don't know, man. I mean, this is kind of one of those ones that do you believe in the product? Personally, I don't believe in the product, but there is supposedly an insurance company that's willing to insure it. They put out news regularly. I wouldn't dare short it overnight or anything like that. But let me see. Here's the 5-minute move today. That was an incredible move today, by the way, on EKSO. That dip buy would have been insane for anybody if they caught that 144 dip. That would have been a beautiful move. The trend actually looks pretty good when you look at the daily chart. Is this really, we talked about this earlier, is this really the real deal, or are we just having a situation where a stock that was oversold now has a lot of day traders and late money kind of coming into it? I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
What's your trend line? Is that the 20 simple moving average?
No, yeah, that's actually that's the 200 up here. That's the 200.
So, the 200.
Yeah, okay, so we're confirmed this is a very bearish. I mean, where the 200's at 387. If I put the 50 back on there, the 50 we're just below the 50 at 214. So, if we crack that tomorrow, we actually, just hit that and bounced back down. So if we crack that tomorrow, we'll see how things go on EKSO. But again, very bearish stock, and it could be just, simple RSI move that might be topping out and coming back down.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks a lot, Sal. Always nice to flip the direction and ask you questions from time to time.
Definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you, Bats.
Thanks, Sal. Take care.
Yes, bye-bye. Indeed. Shout out to Bat Scientist for the call. But yeah, man, that SKLN is so sad because that was an opportunity where I didn't have any shares to short, and if I put all my moving averages back on there, as you can see here, I wanted shares so badly when it cracked, all three of them, and that's my sign right there to jump in, and and get a quick 1 to 5% sometimes, and there were no shares, so. Couldn't take advantage of that. All right, take care, Stock God. All right, so take a look at a couple more, and then we'll be out for the night. Let me see here. FOSL, Fossil Group. This is the watch company. By the way, did you guys see that huge dump on Kroger's? Oh my God, Kroger had not seen a dump like that since 1999. People aren't going to the grocery store anymore. I mean, where the hell are y'all getting y'all food? Yeah, I'm not big on consumer goods like these. Consumer brand name goods, I think they're all going to hell. Companies like these that are publicly traded, like Fossil, a couple other ones like Fitbit and all those other ones, I think they'll end up just getting killed by the marketplace as competition just eats them alive. And then also you have a generation of people who just aren't brand conscious like that. And I'm looking at some of the younger kids, and when you go to the ghetto schools and stuff, they're still brand conscious, all about, but if you go to the schools where the kids have money and their parents have, they're not, it's not like when I was growing up, the whole Abercrombie, it's not the same. Old Navy. What else was hot back then? Abercrombie, Old Navy. What else was hot? I can't remember. There are a whole bunch of lines at the time, but they're just not. They don't care. They don't give a damn. I just realized they don't care. Yeah. Oh yeah. Amazon, all that. People getting groceries from Amazon. You know what? Collins, I've actually heard people are getting groceries from Amazon. They are getting groceries from Amazon. You're absolutely right about that. Patriot National Insurance. Desmond Stokes, if you like insurance, I mean, for the dividends. Banana Republic, yeah, they're probably getting shitted on too. All retail, all publicly traded retail, if you look at what the analysts are probably saying on those stocks, check out marketbeat.com. Marketbeat.com is a great way to find what the analysts are saying about particular stocks. You can also listen to earnings reports and stuff like that. They probably have a huge sell on those when you're talking about retail. By the way, also drugstores that getting shitted on. Rite Aid, that Rite Aid Walgreens deal fell apart. For those of you guys who were watching the news, the date was, supposed to be coming up here soon, right? The Walgreens Rite Aid deal. A lot of people are saying it still could go through. Some people saying it might not go through. So Rite Aid right now, $2.95 a share. So who knows if this Walgreens or Rite Aid deal is going to fall apart or not. I think personally it's game over for Rite Aid, but we'll see. Yeah, CVS is actually doing right now. CVS has got a hell of a low flow too. What else? Yeah, but all retail is garbage. Yeah. Somebody was talking about dip buying HK, right? Was that HK? Dip buying HK? Who had brought that up? Yeah, somebody talking about dip buying HK. Kroger's. Would you dip buy Kroger? I'm just kind of curious to my people who like to buy these higher expensive stocks. Would you dip buy Kroger right now sitting at 22 on the RSI on the daily chart? I should have asked Nick about this too. Kroger. Yeah, I mean, if you got the money for it, you know what I'm saying? If you got the money for it, I think you can see Kroger back at 25 tomorrow. At least 25, right? I mean, if you got the money for it, like I said. But again, going back to retail, JCPenney, all of them, they're all going to hell. JCPenney, Sears. These are all, dirt cheap penny stocks that, unfortunately, I don't know why many of you guys don't bring up. Super Value, here's another one that's, taking a crap, looking like it's going back to the 330s. Super Value, I forgot what their brands are. Abercrombie and Fitch, American Eagle. Yeah, I forgot about American Eagle. American Eagle, too, is another one of those that I think, eventually will die out. American Eagle. Guess. Guess is another one. Does anybody here wear Guess? Anybody here wear Guess at all? I mean, who the hell is buying Guess right now? I haven't seen anybody with Guess in years. Matter of fact, if you see somebody with a Guess shirt, the last time I saw somebody with a Guess shirt, it was like, the fuck? Are you wearing Guess right now? It was like 94, 95. Yeah, when you're looking at the older kids wearing Guess. City Trends, no, I won't mess with them. New York and Company, NYW. That's another one. New York and Company. New York and Company, I think it's going below 1 just because I think they just don't fit, what women are wearing right now. Yes, indeed. Brandon Jefferson, you said, what about Amway? What is the ticker to Amway? There's another, isn't like SANA? ASNA. Yeah, ASNA is about to get shitted on too. That's another retail clothing company, ASNA. Amway, I've never been a big fan of multi-level marketing in anything. Multi-level marketing companies. But Amway seems to be the most legit one from what I've heard. What I hate is that Herbalife crap. Even though Herbalife has got solid products, Herbalife is, in my opinion, a huge fucking scam because they just go after, Mexicans and poor-ass black people and try to sell them into the idea of being independent business owners and, the gullible ones that they end up with a shitload of product and nobody wants to buy that shit. Nobody wants you at their house selling them on a business opportunity. You know what I mean? I don't know why people don't get that shit. And so crazy because multi-level marketing ruined the relationship I had with a pretty cool dude. But he got so obsessed with, what was this company? Wake Up Now? he got so obsessed with this wake up now, and he's like, yeah, man, when I'm a millionaire, man, you're gonna wish that you got into this opportunity with me, man. I'm like, nigga, your ass ain't. I know you ain't gonna put in the work for that, But he got obsessed with it. They were selling him dreams, and I wanted the best for him, but he just, you start buying the lie that you get cocky with it. You know what I mean? Started getting real cocky, and it was a good dude, man. We were good friends, and now look where it's wake up now. It's bankrupt. They actually traded on the OTC, for those guys who remember. They actually had a stock, and that stock went to zero before the company went to zero, ironically. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the Friday shows are tomorrow. Friday shows are not about stocks, okay? Don't call up here tomorrow on Friday and, it's 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you want to talk about a ticker. We don't talk about tickers on Friday shows because you can't trade on Saturday. It ain't worth it. And Fridays are pretty much just what's going on, particularly in our nation's capital. Also, there's been a lot of things going on the social beat. We just had a congressman that just got shot yesterday. Now everybody's like, oh man, save the congressman. But, media is being really, really hush about his, white supremacist ties that he has, man. And we'll expose those tomorrow. This guy's that senator is not a nice guy, man. He's not a good person. You know what I'm saying? He's not a very good person. So karma is a bitch, man. Karma is a real bitch, and it's so ironic that this guy who is on record going to speeches with white supremacist groups gets saved by 2 black officers. Isn't that crazy, man? Isn't that crazy how karma works like that? And sad that these officers almost died protecting a guy who, took a speech from the Klan. Can you imagine? You would have lost your life protecting somebody who's been, A-okayed by the Klan, and you're black? Oh, man, it's crazy, man. Crazy stuff. So, Friday, I'll have my beer. I don't think I'll do fried chicken tomorrow, but I don't know. I'll probably have something to eat. With that being said, everybody have a good night. Happy trading tomorrow. As you guys already know, the big play is ADMP. ADMP, get in, man. But be very, very careful. Be very, very careful, man. I don't know where the wall could be on this. Watch that pre-market action. Hell, if you got access, join in the pre-market action. If you get a nice dip, load up. We'll see where we open up at in ADMP. Yes, indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you're new, please subscribe. Take advantage of Nick's chat room. Sometimes my chat room on the weekend can be slow, especially Saturdays. It can be kind of slow, so maybe some other guys' chat room, so you're able to. I'll put that back in the Discord room. There it is right there, so you can sign up to his Discord room. Sign up to my Discord room. Great place to be during the day as well. We got traders in there 24/7. You can bounce around. For those of you guys who work from home, you can bounce around. Get learning all day, every day. Again, his trading thing is $24 a month. $25 a month to learn from Nick and whatever he's doing over there. Looks like you're doing really, really well. So, by the sound of it, young guy, so he's still got a lot of developing. I'm sure he's doing with that BullTradeFinder. I appreciate some of the tips he gave us today. AVIR and ANY. All right. Thank you for having him on the show. Yeah, no shares to short in ADMP. ADMP, all shorting is restricted. You're going up or you're not playing. Period. You're either going up or you're not playing. I honestly believe that short restriction will hold up tomorrow too. At least in the morning it will. I don't see that being lifted at all. Tomorrow anyway. So get yourself a dip and get yourself 20, 30 cent maybe. All right. If you really got guts, hold all day. You never know. But again, man, it's all about tomorrow's price action. Thank you so much, Coralie. Yeah, tomorrow too. I want to talk about Puerto Rico too. Puerto Rico is on the list for topics tomorrow because I've been doing research on Puerto Rico and I found out so many people in Puerto Rico don't work. And here's the thing: Puerto Rico does not pay federal income tax in Puerto Rico. Now, if you become a state, you got to pay federal income tax. So this could be a double-edged sword for Puerto Rico. So we're going to talk about Puerto Rico as well tomorrow. And now how everybody now, when Puerto Rico becomes a state, you're going to see people flying back to Puerto Rico talking about, hey, remember me? My grandpa's from here, trying to come in and take a piece of the pie they never, participated in. So the Puerto Ricans there need to be real careful, man, because you're going to have a lot of Puerto Rican snakes who are just Puerto Rican in lineage, but not necessarily Puerto Rican in heart, coming back trying to scoop up, things for themselves. Yeah, they got a lot of tax benefits right now. Now, if they become a state, they're going to, you're going to have to pay that federal income tax. A lot of people in Puerto Rico right now don't even work. There are more Puerto Ricans outside of Puerto Rico than there are in Puerto Rico. And I'm learning about how there's so many Puerto Ricans who don't even speak Spanish. Like, that's crazy. Well, we'll talk all about that tomorrow. A lot of topics. We had a situation where a brother's head was found decapitated in Mississippi, and they're acting like they don't know what the hell's going on. So much going on all around the country, man. All around the country. And of course, whatever stories you got to bring them up tomorrow on the show. Whatever topics, because sometimes I'll go in on some things and forget about maybe something that happened out on the West Coast. We just had a young lady literally burned to death texting and driving. She was texting and she ran an embankment, hit a tree, and literally burned to death. Like, they heard her screaming and they couldn't get close to the car because the car is on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not text and drive. Do not text and drive, please. That nobody on that other end of that text is that important that you have to burn to death for a text message. Yeah, the police were able to show, like, I don't know how you can look it up, but the phone was literally putting in words as the accident occurred. So she was literally, hitting the keys as her car went into the damn tree. Yeah, don't trade and man, anybody who's trading and driving, you're a damn idiot. Yeah, well, yeah, shout out to my truckers though, but my truckers are professionals. Those are professional drivers. Truckers is different from somebody sitting in a Honda Accord, okay? And by the way, if you're in a big ass truck, I don't know. I don't want to jinx any truckers out there, but I'd rather be in the truck than be that little guy trying to, pass me, and again in that little Honda Accord, that 18-wheeler, coming at you. I don't know why you guys play with those 18-wheelers like that. Yeah. You said, what's wrong with the Honda Accord? Nothing's wrong with the Honda Accord. Honda Accords are good cars, man. But I'm not trading, to drive a Honda Accord. You know what I mean? I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trading to drive no damn Honda Accord when I'm 50 years old. Fuck that shit. When I get me some gray hair, by the time I get some gray hair, I'm telling you right now, man, my plans, I better be pulling up in whatever a Phantom look like at that time, because I'm going too hard at this to be pulling up on at 51 years old, 52 years old, in a damn 4-cylinder Honda Accord SE. You know what I'm saying? I'm going too hard at this shit. I don't know about y'all, but fuck that shit. Let me get up out of here before I turn this into a 4-hour show. That's for tomorrow. Hell, we might go 5-6 hours. I don't know. We've done it before. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Let me put out my exit music. And again, thank you guys for joining me. Q-Tech, you said that might be gray hair. No, I'm talking about when the whole thing get gray. You know what I'm saying? When I start looking like, what's his name, Peter from Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah, when I get that gray, like all over. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be that old nigga pulling up in Phantoms. That's gonna be me. Artie Buckley, Muddy Wolf, DPG, Ben Croner, thank you so much. Kenny Dutton, yes sir, thank you. Collins, you said, what about a souped up Civic? I'm not big on the racers. I don't know why y'all love those racers, man. Them little Civics and all that. I ain't with that, all that shit, man. I need me a V8. You know what I mean? Because when you're on the highway, man, you got to step. You ever had a 4-cylinder, man? You on the highway, you got to step on the damn pedal just to get to 65. Shit. Anyway, we'll talk all about that tomorrow. Lord Yasey, Bill Betts, Trevor, Kenneth Roseberg, 1G, Lord Carter. Yes, indeed. Brandon Jemerson, Jay West, Kenneth Rosenberg. Take care, everyone. See you guys tomorrow. Africa Emporium, yes, sir. Cali Girl, the beautiful Coralie, everybody, Astrid, all my callers tonight. Again, Nick, thank you so much for your call, sir. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.